This is the story of the Tower of Babel, written by Joyce Davidson. A little girl named Alice was playing on the beach. She built a big sand tower just as high as she could reach. She rested for a while underneath a shady spot and read a Bible story that she liked an awful lot. As she read about a tower that reached into the sky, the airmail bird delivered this note as he flew by. Reading is the magic key to take you where you want to be. A book that Alice held became a very special screen. She walked on through to Bibleland and came upon this scene. Noah's family had children, and they had children too. Their grandchildren had children, and the family grew and grew. There were cousins by the dozens, by the thousands, even more. And with each year, the family grew still bigger than before. They spoke a single language, and they understood each other as well as any sister could understand her brother. They roamed around the desert until they found a place one day, a valley they called Shinar, and thought they'd like to stay. We'll build a city, they agreed, the finest to be found. For bricks we'll use the orange clay, there's plenty in the ground. And in the center let us build a tower very high. It will reach clear up to heaven through the clouds high in the sky. We'll be famous for our tower in this and every nation. We'll be known throughout the ages, through every generation. And when our name is famous, then we can live together beneath our glorious tower forever and forever. So all the men and women and their children worked all day. They built a real fine city out of bricks they baked of clay. But instead of acting thankful for the blessings God had given, they boasted of their tower that would be as high as heaven. And as the tower grew and grew, they acted vain and proud. They held their noses in the air and bragged a lot out loud. We understand each other. We work and speak as one. We'll all be very famous when our great big tower's done. We're wonderful. We're marvelous. Together we have power, and we'll be as high as heaven when we're finished with our tower. The people worked together, brick by brick and row by row, and in every kind of weather, they watched their tower grow. God saw their prideful, boastful ways as they worked up on the tower. Because they spoke the same language, the people felt their power. And all that they imagined, God worried they would do. And if he didn't interfere, their vain scheme might come true. As God spoke to all his angels, and this was his command, let's mix up the language that's spoken in the land. His will was done, and suddenly the people everywhere had many, many languages instead of one to share. Da bricka ricka, one man said, which meant I want more bricks. And someone scratched his head and gave the man some broken sticks. The woman baking bricks heard wrong and started baking bread. The boys who carried water all took a bath instead. Great confusion filled the land. It didn't take an hour before the builders had to stop working on the tower. They couldn't work together. Their scheme had come undone, for God gave them many languages instead of only one. The city was called Babel, and today that is the word that's used when there's confusion or mixed up words are heard. God spoke to his angels and gave them this command. Let the people there be scattered. Let them live in many lands. The time had come for Alice to leave the Bible scene. So she returned from Bibleland by walking through her screen. She came back to her tower and put her book away. And Alice thought, I learned a lot in Bibleland today. When we're blessed to have power, we should use it not for fame, not for pride, and not for glory, just to have a famous name. We should use our blessings in good and loving ways, and God will smile on us with more blessings for our days. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story of the Tower of Babel. Have a blessed day.